How does Pokemon breeding work in Pokemon Y? If you have ever wondered how to create the perfect Pokemon in Pokemon Y, you are in for a treat. Breeding is a fascinating feature that allows you to produce new Pokemon with desirable traits. Let's break down how this process works. In Pokemon Y, breeding takes place at the Pokemon Daycare, which is located on Route 7, also known as Riviere Walk. To start breeding, you need to leave to compatible Pokemon at the daycare. Compatibility is determined by whether the Pokemon belong to the same egg group. There are a total of 16 egg groups, and only Pokemon within the same group can breed together. However, there is an exception. A Pokemon called Ditto can breed with almost any Pokemon, regardless of their egg group. Once you leave the two Pokemon at the daycare, they will eventually produce an egg after some time. The species of the Pokemon that hatches from the egg will always be the same as the female parent. If you are breeding with Ditto, the non-Ditto Pokemon will determine the species of the offspring. Some Pokemon can only be obtained through breeding. In certain cases, the parent Pokemon must hold a special item, like Incense, to produce specific baby Pokemon. After you receive the egg, it will hatch into a level 1 Pokemon after you walk a certain number of steps. The number of steps required varies by species, but generally, you will need to walk about 255 steps for one egg cycle. Breeding also allows you to pass down moves. These special moves are known as egg moves. A baby Pokemon can inherit these moves only through breeding. For example, if the male parent knows a specific move, the baby Pokemon can inherit that move even if it cannot learn it by leveling up. Both parents can pass down egg moves, which adds more flexibility to the breeding process. Additionally, moves learned through technical machines or hidden machines can be passed down if the father knows them, and the baby Pokemon can learn those moves. Some moves learned at later levels can also be passed down if both parents know them. Breeding is not just about moves, it can also improve the stats of your Pokemon. Individual values, or IVs, are hidden stats that affect how well a Pokemon performs. Parents with high IVs can pass some of these values to their offspring. You can also influence certain abilities, natures, and even shininess through breeding. To speed up the hatching process, you can include Pokemon with the abilities Flame Body or Magma Armor in your party. This will reduce the number of steps needed to hatch an egg by about half. There is also a feature called Hatching O-Power in Pokemon Y that can further speed up egg hatching. Keep in mind that some Pokemon, like legendaries and baby Pokemon, cannot breed and belong to the undiscovered egg group. The breeding rate depends on the compatibility of the two Pokemon and their species, and eggs requiring a specific number of egg cycles to hatch. In summary, breeding in Pokemon Y is a fun and strategic way to create new Pokemon. By placing two compatible Pokemon in the daycare, you can produce eggs that hatch into baby Pokemon with inherited moves and stats. This feature is essential for players looking to train strong and unique Pokemon for battles.